nothing you can do about stress. The bills won't stop coming. There will never be more hours in the day, and your career and family responsibilities will always be demanding, but you have more control than you think. In fact, simple realization that you are in control of your life is the foundation of stress management. Managing stress is all about taking charge of your thoughts, emotions, schedule, and the way you deal with problems. Stress is an internal reaction to events and circumstances that challenge us to make changes in our lives. There are both external and internal causes of stress. External causes and internal causes. External causes: getting diagnosed with a serious illness and moving, failing a test, having a baby, slipping through the alarm clock, losing a job, being in an automobile accident, being late for class, having a fight with your boyfriend, girlfriend. And internal causes: physical changes that occur in the body, illness, injury, being in poor physical shape, worrying excessively, thinking negatively, and decision making, setting unrealistic expectations for ourselves and others. So, stress is a result of our need to adapt to change. The sources of change stressors can come from one for basic areas, just like environmental stressors, physiological stressors, cognitive stressors. Environmental stressors, just like noise, pollution, traffic, and crowding, and the weather. Suppose you're going to your school or college, and any organization, and there is a very traffic and crowding and the weather situation, then it's an environmental stressors. So how can we go, and how can we go reduce injuries, hormonal fluctuations, and inadequate sleep or nutrition? Cognitive stressors: your thoughts, the way you think, affects how you respond. Negative self-talk and perfectionism all contribute to increased stress. What does stress do? When we are stressed, our body responds in certain way called the stress response. The stress response includes the following, and many bad bodily reactions, just like muscle tension, increase in heart rate, sweating, rapid and shallow breathing, increase in blood pressure, cold and heavy hands and feet, and quasi stomach, feeling fidgeting. So when we experience a number of internal and external stressors over a period of time, weeks, months, and years, there is a negative impact on us physically, psychologically, and emotionally. As a result, people frequently turn to ineffective and usually self destructive behaviors to try to cope. Some symptoms only impact the person who is directly experiencing stress, while other symptoms may have an impact on our relationships with others. So, there are numerous healthy strategies and techniques available to cope with stress effectively. Symptoms of stress is like emotional, psychological, behavioral, physical, and anxiety, nervousness, tiredness, anger, frustration, decrease in concentration, loss of sense of humor, low self-esteem, mood swings, blaming, nervous habits, fatigueness, headaches, uh, and muscle tension and shoulders pain, heart pumpiness, and high blood pressure, ulcers, difficulty in sleeping, low immunity to colds, etc. So these are the basic things that we face during stress. Whenever we have a stress, we always have that how can help opportunity to explore the underlying cause feelings, behaviors that contribute to stress. You can gain self understanding and insight, including identifying stress triggers. It offers tailor made coping strategies to manage stressful situations. It improves your ability to handle pressures and your reactions to them. You can learn techniques and tools that are effective for you for the long run. So, what can you do about stress? The good news is that you can learn ways to manage stress to get stress under control. Find out what is causing stress in your life and look for ways to reduce the amount of stress in your life. Learn healthy ways to tackle. How do you measure your stress level? Sometimes it's clear where stress is coming from. You can count on stress during a major life change, such as the death of a loved one. You know what is the reason, getting married or having a baby. But other times it may not be so clear why you feel stressed. It's important to figure out that what is the main cause of stress. What causes stress for everybody feels and responds to stress differently. Keeping a stress journal may help, like get a notebook and write down when something makes you feel stressed. Write the points, write the key points. Then write how you reacted whenever you feel stressed, how you reacted, and what you did to deal with the stress. Keeping a stress can help you find out what is causing your stress and how much stress you feel. Then you can take steps to reduce the stress or handle it better. Next time, whenever you feel stressed, then it's very helpful for you. Coping with stress. If you talk about the coping with stress, unhealthy ways of coping with stress. How can coping strategies may temporarily reduce stress? It's not permanent, but they cause more damage in the long run. Coping stress, smoking, using pills or drugs to relax, consuming too much alcohol, sleeping too much, overeating or undereating, procrastinating, zooming out for hours in front of the TV or computer, 10 hours, 11, 12, 15 hours, zooming out for hours in front of the TV or computer, filling up every minute of the day to avoid facing problems, withdrawing from friends, family, and activities, taking out your stress on others, angry outbursts, physical violence, acting out behavior including physical aggression, excessive worrying. That matter is not important for you, but accessing worrying, quitting jobs, relationships, denying that a problem exists. So unhealthy ways of coping with stress is it's not good for your health, and learning healthier ways to manage stress. If your methods of coping with stress aren't contributing to your greater emotional and physical health, it's time to find healthier ones. There are many healthy ways to manage and cope with stress, but they all require change. You can either change the situation or change your reaction. When deciding which option to choose, it's helpful to think of the four as avoid. Four as avoid, alter, adapt, or accept. Since everyone has a unique response to stress, there is no one size fits all solution to managing it. No single method works for everyone or in every situation. So experiment with different techniques and strategies. Focus on what makes you feel calm and in control. Dealing with stressful situations, the four S: avoid stressors, alter an stressor, adapt to the stressor, accept the stressor. So change the situation and change your reaction. Through avoid the stressor, alter the stressor, change the situation. And adapt to the stressor and accept the stressor, change your reaction. It's very important that how can you change the situation and how can you change the reaction. If you doesn't react to anyone, then it's very important for you. Stress management strategy: avoid unnecessary stress first thing, and not all stress can be avoided and it's not healthy to avoid a situation that needs to be addressed. You may surprised, however, by the number of stressors in your life that you can eliminate. Learn how to say no. Know your limits and stick to them. Whether in your personal or professional life, refuse to accept added responsibilities. When you are close to reaching them, taking one more than you can handle is uh, so far recipe for stress. So learn how to say no. Avoid people who stress you out. If someone consistently causes stress in your life and you can turn the relationship around, limit the amount of time you spend with that person or end the relationship entirely. Take control of your environment. If the evening news makes you anxious, turn the TV off. If traffic got you tense, take a longer but less traveled route. If going to the market is an unpleasant chore, you are grocery shopping online, and there are some other options. Avoid hot button topics. If you get upset over religion or politics, cross them off your conversation list. If you repeatedly argue about the same subject with the same people, stop bringing it up or excuse yourself when it is the topic of discussion. So, analyze your schedule. Respond to emails and you have put things between the bottom of the list or eliminate them entirely. So after the situation, you can't avoid a stressful situation. Try to alter it. Figure out what you can do to change things so the problem doesn't present itself in the future. Often, this involves changing the way you communicate and operate in your daily life. Express your feelings instead of bottling them up. If something or someone is bothering you, communicate your concerns in an open and respectful way. If you don't voice your feelings, resentment will build and the situation will likely remain the same. Be willing to compromise. When you ask someone to change their behavior, be willing to do the same. If you both are willing to bend at least a little, you will have a good chance of finding a happy middle ground. So be willing to compromise. Exam to essentials of counseling study for and your roommate just got home. Say upfront that you only have 5 minutes to talk. Manage your time better. Poor time management can cause a lot of stress. When you are stressed too thin and running behind, it's hard to stay calm and focus. But if you plan ahead and make sure you don't over extend yourself, you can alter the amount of stress you are under. Adapt to the stressor. If you can't change the stressor, change yourself. You can adapt to stressful situations and regain your sense of control by changing your expectations and attitude. Reframe problems. Try to view stressful situations from a more positive perspective rather than fuming about a traffic jam. Look at it is an opportunity to pause and regroup. Listen to your favorite radio station or enjoy some alone time. So reframe the problems. Look at the big picture. Take perspective of a stressful situation. Ask yourself, how important it will be in the long run? Will it matter in a month, a year? Is it really for worth getting upset over? If the answer is no, focus your time and energy elsewhere. Adjust your standards. Perfectionism is a major source of avoidable stress. Stop setting yourself up for failure by demanding perfection. Set reasonable standards for yourself and others and learn to be okay with good enough. Adjust your standards. Perfectionism is a major source of avoidable stress. Stop setting yourself up for failure by demanding perfection. Set reasonable standards for yourself and others and learn to be okay with good enough. Focus on the positive things. When stress is getting you down, take a moment to reflect on all the things you appreciate in your life, including your own positive qualities and gifts. This simple strategy can help you keep things in perspective. Adjusting your attitude. Very important point, adjusting your attitude. How you think can have a profound effect on your emotional and physical well being. Each time you think a negative thought about yourself, your body reacts as if it were in the throes of a tension situation. If you see good things about yourself, you are more likely to feel good. The reverse is also true. Eliminate words such as always, never, should, and must. These are uh, marks of self-defeating thoughts. Accept the things you can't change. Some sources of stress are unavoidable. You can't prevent or change stressors, such as the death of a loved one, a serious illness, or a national recession. In such cases, the best way to cope with stress is to accept things as they are. Just like we have an example of COVID. During pandemic, everybody accept the situation that this is not a permanent situation, but sometimes and some times it happens in life. Everybody is know and accept the situation. So acceptance may be difficult, but in the long run, it is easier than railing against the situation you can't change. Try to control the uncontrollable. Many things in life are beyond your control, particularly the behavior of other people. Rather than stressing out over them, focus on the things you can control, such as the way you choose to react to problems. Look for the upside, as the saying goes. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger when facing major challenges. Try to look at them as opportunities for personal growth. If your own poor choices contributed to a stressful situation, reflect on them and learn from your mistakes. Share your feelings, talk to a trusted friend, or make an appointment with a therapist. Expressing what you are going through can be very cathartic, even if there's nothing you can do to alter the stressful situation. So, share your feelings, learn to forgive, accept the fact that we live in an important world, and we live in an imperfect world, and that people make mistakes. Let's go of anger and resentments. Free yourself from negative energy by forgiving and moving on. Make time for fun and relaxation. Relax. Beyond the take charge approach and a positive attitude, you can reduce the stress in your life by nurturing yourself. If you regularly make time for fun and relaxation, you will be in a better place to handle life's stressors when they inevitable come. Don't get so caught up in the hustle and bustle to take care of your own needs. Nurturing yourself is a necessity, not a luxury. So go for a walk, spend time in nature, call a good friend, set out tension with a good workout, write in your journal, take a long bath, and play with a pet, work in your garden, get a massage, color with a good book, listen to music, watch comedy shows. And set aside relaxation time, include rest and relaxation in your daily schedule. Don't allow other obligations to encroach. This is your time to take a break from all responsibilities and recharge your batteries. Connect with others, spend time with positive people who enhance your life. A strong support system will buffer you from the negative effects of stress. So, do something you enjoy every day. Make time for leisure activities that bring you joy, whether it be stargazing, playing the piano, or working on your bike. Keep your sense of humor. This includes the ability to laugh at yourself. The act of laughing helps your body fight stress in a number of ways. Adopt a healthy lifestyle. You can increase your resistance to stress by studying your physical health. So exercise regularly. Physical activities plays a key role in reducing and preventing the effects of stress. Make time for at least 30 minutes of exercise 3 times per week. Nothing beats aerobic exercise for releasing pent up stress and tension. So eat a healthy diet, well nourished bodies are better prepared to cope with stress. So be mindful of what you eat. Start your day right and breakfast and keep your energy up and your mind clear with balanced nutritious meals throughout the day. So reduce caffeine and sugar. The temporary highs, caffeine and sugar provide often Indian with a crash in mood and energy by reducing the amount of coffee, soft drinks, chocolates, and sugar snacks in your diet. You will feel more relaxed and you will sleep better. Avoid alcohol, cigarettes, and drugs. Self medicating with alcohol or drugs may provide an easy escape from stress, but the relief is only temporary. Don't avoid or mask the issue at hand. Deal with problems head on and with a clear mind. Get enough sleep. Adequate sleep fills your mind as well as your body. Feeling tired will increase your stress because it may cause you to think rationally. So, because each person is unique, some of these stress management strategies will be more helpful for you than others, and some will be new skills that require practice to be effective. They think about learning to ride a bicycle. There was a time when this was a new skill and felt very unnatural and awkward. You probably needed help at first with some coaching and practice. So, stress management, like cycling or any other skill, becomes easier and more effective. How can avoid stress? Stress is a fact of life for most people. You may not be able to get rid of stress, but you can look for ways to lower it. You might try some of these ideas. Learn better ways to manage your time. You may get more done with less stress if you make a schedule. Think about which things are more important and do these first. Find better ways to cope. Look at how you have been dealing with stress. Be honest about what works and what does not. Think about other things that might work better. Take good care. Talk about your needs and concerns creates stress and can make negative feelings worse. Assertive communication can help you express how you feel in a thoughtful and tactful way. Ask for help. People who have a strong network of family and friends, their stress better. Sometimes stress is just too much to handle alone. Talking to a friend or family member may help, but you may also want to see a counselor. How can you relieve stress? You will feel better if you can find ways to get stress off your system. The best ways to relieve stress are different for each person. So try some of these ideas to see which one work for you. Exercise. Regular exercise is one of the best way to manage stress. Walking is a great way to get started. It can help to write about the things that are bothering you. Let your feelings out. Talk, laugh, cry, and express anger when you need to with someone you trust. Do something you enjoy. A hobby can help you relax. Volunteer work or work that helps others can be a great stress reliever. Learn ways to relax your body. This can include breathing exercises, muscle relaxation exercises, massage, yoga, or relaxing exercises. Focus on the present. Try meditation and imagery exercises or self hypnosis. Listen to relaxing music. Try to look for the humor in life. Laughter really can be the best medicine. Laughter is the best medicine. So, stress management techniques organize yourself. Take better control of the way you are spending your time and energy so you can handle stress more effectively. Control your environment by controlling who and what is surrounding you. In this way, you can either get rid of stress or get support for yourself. Love yourself by giving yourself positive feedback. You are a unique individual who is doing the best you can. Reward yourself by planning leisure activities into your life. It really helps to have something to look forward to. Exercise your body since your health and productivity depend upon your bodies. So ability to bring oxygen and food to its cells and therefore exercise your heart and lungs regularly. A minimum of 3 days per week for 15 to 30 minutes. This includes such activities as walking, jogging, cycling, swimming, aerobics, etc. Relax yourself. By taking your mind off your stress and concentrating on breathing and positive thoughts, dreaming counts along with meditation, progressive relaxation exercise, listening to relaxing music, and communicating with friends and loved ones, etc. Rest yourself as regularly as possible. Sleep 6 7 hours a night. Take steady breaks. There is only so much your mind can absorb at one time. It needs time to process and integrate information. A general rule of thumb: take a 10-minute break every hour. Rest your eyes as well as your mind. Be aware of yourself. Be aware of distress signals such as insomnia, headaches, and anxiety, upset stomach, lack of concentration, flu, excessive tiredness, etc. Remember, these can be signs of potentially more serious disorders: ulcers, hypertension, heart disease. So, feed yourself. Do not poison your body. Eat a balanced diet. Avoid high calorie foods that are high in fats and sugar. Don't depend on drugs and or alcohol. Caffeine will keep you awake, but it also makes it harder for some to concentrate. Uh, a 20-minute walk has been proven to be a better tranquilizer than some prescription drugs. So enjoy yourself. It has been shown that happier people tend to live longer, have less physical problems, and are more productive. Look for the humor in life when things don't make sense. Remember, you are very special and deserve only the best treatment from yourself. So have an optimized view of the world. Believe that most people are doing the best they can. Get up 15 minutes earlier in the morning. The inevitable morning mishaps will be less stressful. Prepare for the morning the evening before. Set the breakfast table, make lunches, put out the clothes you plan to wear, etc. To rely on your memory, write down appointment times, when to pick up the laundry, when library books are due, etc. Do nothing which after being done leads you to tell a lie. Make duplicates of all keys. Make duplicates of all keys. And put your house key in a secret spot in the garden and carry a duplicate car key in your wallet apart from your keyring. So practice preventive maintenance. Your car, appliances, home, relationships will be less likely to break down, fall apart at a worst possible moment. So be prepared to wait. A paperback can make a wait in a post office line almost pleasant. So procrastination is stressful. Whatever you want to do tomorrow, do today. Whatever you want to do today, do it now. So plan ahead. Don't let the gas tank get below one quarter full. Keep up well stocked emergency self of home step. Also, don't wait until you are down to your last but token or postage stamp to buy more, etc. Don't put up with something that doesn't work right. If your alarm clock, wallet, shoe rack, this is while sheet wipers, whatever are a constant aggravation, get them fixed or get new ones. Allow 15 minutes of extra time to get to appointments. Plan to arrive at an airport 1 hour before domestic departures. Eliminate or restrict the amount of caffeine in your diet. Always set up contingency plan just in case if for some reason either of us is delayed here, what we will do. So kind of thing. Or if it gets split up in the shopping center, is where we all meet. Relax your standards. The world will not end if the grass doesn't get moved this weekend. Ask questions, taking a few moments to repeat back directions. What someone expects of you can save us. The behinder and get an idea and saying no to extra projects, social activities, and invitations you do know you don't have the time or energy for. Takes practice, self-respect, and a belief that every day needs quiet time to relax and be alone. Unplug your phone. Want to take a long bath, meditate, sleep, or read without interruption. Drum up the courage to temporarily disconnect or use an answering machine. Turn needs into preferences. Our basic physical needs translate into food, water, and keeping warm. Everything else is a preference. Don't get attached to preferences. Simplify, simplify, simplify. Make friends with non worries. Nothing can get you into the habit of worrying faster than associating with chronic worry bonds. Get up and stress periodically if your job requires that you sit for extended periods. Wear earplugs if you need to find quiet at home. Pop in some earplugs. Get enough sleep. If necessary, use an alarm clock to remind you to go to bed. Create order out of chaos. Organize your home and workspace so that you always know exactly where things are. Put things away where they belong, and you won't have to go through the stress of losing things. When feeling stressed, most people tend to breathe short. Shallow breaths. Well, you breathe like this, still air is not expelled. Oxidation of the tissues is incomplete and muscle tension frequently results. Check your breathing throughout the day and before, during, and after high pressure situations. If you find your stomach muscles knotted and your breathing is shallow, relax all your muscles and take several deep, slow breaths. Writing your thoughts and feelings down. Uh, it's help you clarify things and can give you a renewed perspective. Try the yoga techniques. And whenever you feel the need to relax, inhale deeply through your nose to the count of 8. Then with lips good. Exhale very slowly through your mouth to the count of 16. As far as long as you can concentrate on the long singing sound and feel the tension dissolve. Repeat 10 times. Inoculate yourself against a feared event. Example, before speaking in public, take time to go over every part of the experience in your mind. Imagine what you will wear, what the audience will look like, how you will present your talk, what the questions will be, and how you will answer them. Visualize the experience the way you would have it be. You will likely find that when the time comes to make the actual presentation, it will be old hat and much of your anxiety will have that. So when the stress of having to get a job done gets in the way of getting the job done, diversion or voluntary change in activity and or environment may be just what you need. So talk it out. Discussing your problems with a trusted friend can help clear your mind of confusion so you can concentrate on problem solving. When the stress of having to get a job done gets in the way of getting the job done, diversion or voluntary change in activity and or environment, we just what you need. So one of the most obvious ways to avoid unnecessary stress is to select an environment, work, home, leisure, which is in line with your personal needs and desires. If you hate desk jobs, don't accept a job which requires that you sit at a desk all day. If you hate to talk politics, don't associate with people who love to talk politics, etc. So one of the most obvious ways to avoid unnecessary stress is to select an environment. It's up to you. Learn to live one day at a time. Every day, do something you really enjoy. Add an ounce of love to everything you do. Take a hot bath or shower or a cool one in a summertime to relieve tension. Do something for somebody else. Focus on understanding rather than on being understood or loving rather than on being loved. Do something that will improve your appearance. Looking better can help you feel better. Schedule a realistic day. Avoid the tendency to schedule back to back opportunities, appointments. Allow time between appointments for a breathing spell. Because more flexible, some things are worth not doing perfectly, and some issues are fine to compromise upon. Eliminate destructive self talk. I'm too old to, I'm too fat to, I'm too thin to, and I'm too boring. I'm too smart. It's good. So use a weekend time for a change of pace. If your work week is slow, then make sure there is action and time for spontaneity built into your weekends. If your work week is fast paced and full of people and deadlines, seek peace and solitude before during your days off. Feel as if you aren't accomplishing anything at work. Take a job on the weekend which you can finish to your satisfaction. Take care of the 2 days as best you can, and the yesterdays and the tomorrows will take care of themselves. Do one thing at a time. When you are with someone, be with that person and with no one or nothing else. When you are busy with a project, concentrate on doing that project and forget about everything else you have to do. Allow yourself time every day for privacy, quiet, and introspection. If an especially unpleasant task faces you, do it early in the day and get it over with. Then the rest of your day will be free of anxiety. Learn to delegate responsibility to capable others. Don't forget to take a lunch break. Try to get away from your desk or work area in body and mind, even if it's just for 15 or 20 minutes. Forget about counting to 10. Count to 1000 before you're doing something or saying anything that could make matters worse. Have a forgiving view of events and people. Accept the fact that we live in an imperfect world. So, healthy thinking. Learning about automatic thoughts and cognitive distortions. You are what you think. Common irrational thoughts, handling irrational beliefs, automatic thoughts and cognitive distortion. uh, Overgeneralizations. As we go through life, we learn from our experiences. It is a natural process of trial and error. Problems arise when we lump all similar experiences together and decide that all experiences of a certain nature will always turn out the same way. See the uses of the words all and always in that last sentence. That's hint over generalization. Labeling, mind reading. Mind reading. Often we assume that we know what people are thinking about us, even if their actions are neutral or indicate the country. This is referred to as mind reading. Fortune telling, labeling, emotional reasoning. As we have seen, sometimes our automatic thoughts are based on irrational assumptions. If we uh, if we stop and think about them rationally, breaking them down based on solid evidence, irrational and replace them with new, more rational viewpoints. If we analyze them with emotional reasoning through, feed into them and come to faulty conclusions, basically, emotional reasoning is basing our thoughts and beliefs on our feelings. So, personalization, blame. Personalization is when we take the blame for outcomes that are beyond our control. Blame is when we point out the finger at somebody else for an outcome, something that we caused. Personalization and blame are both based on the assumption that people should be perfect and never make mistakes. And when mistakes are made, someone must be at fault and made to pay. The problem here is that everybody makes mistakes, and mistakes are simply an opportunity for us to learn to be better and grow. Punishment isn't necessary for everyday errors. The idea is to see where we went wrong and try to do better in the future. It also means learning to distinguish between things we did wrong, factors we couldn't control, such as other people's reactions, opinions, ideas, and things that were caused by other actions. It doesn't matter because it's their response. It's not our response. It's depends on that how can we take the things. So obstacles to effective time management. Obstacles to effective time management, unclear objectives, disorganization, inability to say no. If your objective is not clear, then it's not important that you are a right or you are a wrong. disorganized your things, your clothes, your watch, your bag, your shoes, and all things are disorganized. Your office table is not organized. And as earlier said, that inability to say no. If you're not comfortable, if you are stressed out, and if you think that it's not your work and it's over, so inability to say no. Too many things at once. You have lot of work, you have many projects, and stress and fatigue, all work and no play. Then it's time to say no. And too many things at once, it's also affects your body, and mentally and physically you are not ready to do things. So how to use time effectively? Effective planning. Firstly, we plan that anything we can do. First process is effective planning, setting goals and objectives, setting deadlines. Suppose your goals and objectives are clear, but your deadlines are not clear. You don't know that how much time will take. And setting deadlines, delegation of responsibilities, prioritizing activities as per their importance, spending the right time on the right activity. It's your responsibility that in a right time you have to complete your task. So irrational idea is it is a drive necessity for an adult to be loved or approved by almost everyone for virtually everything else he does. So one should be thoroughly competent, adequate, and achieving in all possible respects. So it's very important that how can we save time, how can we plan our objectives and mission. So, adversity, beliefs, consequences, disputation, energization, recognizing when adversity hits. For die-hard pessimists, successes are a form of adversity. They say it won't last. I was just lucky or too little too late. Beliefs. Be aware of what you believe about the adversity. Question whether your beliefs are the only explanation. Be aware of the new consequences, feelings, behaviors, actions that do or could follow from a different, more optimistic explanation or set of beliefs. There is many examples of to change your beliefs. Irrational beliefs, messages about life we send to ourselves that keep us from growing emotionally. Scripts we have in our head about how we believe life should be for us and for others. Unfounded attitudes, opinions, and values we hold to that are out of scrutiny with the way the world really is. Negative set of habitual responses we hold to when faced with stressful events or situations. So many believes that positive attitude is very important. If your attitude is always in every situation in a negative, then it's also not save your time and also very stressful. Achieve more and lead a balanced life. Have more free time, meet deadlines, overcome procrastination, reduce stress, greater productivity and efficiency, better professional reputation, increased opportunities, achieve important life and career goals. So, time management is the process of structuring our life so that we maximize our time and energy on what is most important to us and minimize the time we spend on activities we do not value. Time management is an important tool that can help you succeed in school, work, and other personal endeavors. But learning how to manage your time, you will be able to. Failing to manage your time effectively can have some very undesirable consequences. Missed deadlines, inefficient workflow, poor work quality, poor professional reputation, and a stalled career, higher stress levels. Spending a little time learning about time management techniques will have huge benefits now and throughout your career. So the first step to effective time management begins with finding out how you use your time. Do this by keeping an activity long for a week. Evaluate your results by asking yourself, did I accomplish what I was supposed to? Was I often passed for time? At what time of the day was I most productive, least productive? How much time was allotted for personal activities? The next step is to make a list of everything you plan to do, dividing the list into fixed commitments and flexible commitments. Fixed commitments are those tasks that you absolutely must complete by a specific deadline. Flexible commitments are obligations you can meet on a time available basis. Assign priorities to your list and set aside enough time to do the designated task. So, how to manage time? Good management or good time management is essential for coping with the pressures of modern life without experiencing too much stress. If you never have enough time to finish your task, better time management will help you regain control of your day. Good time management doesn't mean you do more work. It means you focus on the tasks that matter and will make a difference. Whether it is in your job or your lifestyle as a whole, learning how to manage your time effectively will help you feel more relaxed, focused, and in control. The aim of good time management is to achieve the lifestyle balance you want. So some techniques, better time management techniques, establish a timetable, schedule fixed commitments, lectures, tutorials, sports, trainings, also schedule in due dates for assignments, projects. It is useful to bring these dates forward by a few days to give you that extra time that can provide you with an opportunity to reflect and that can also compensate for the unexpected illness. Decide how you can best use the remaining time, recognizing the importance of allocating time for recreation, socializing, family support, etc. So establish a timetable. Plan your day. Begin each day with a list of things you both have to and want to accomplish. Items on your list and less. A task will tend to items on your list. It is likely to take all day to them. However, if you have been 10 items on your list, you may not complete all 10, but you are likely to have completed 7 or 8 during the same allocation of time. A full day is better than an empty day. Prioritize the list. This is about knowing. So, create time to concentrate on non-urgent, important activities. By so doing, they minimize the chances of activities ever becoming urgent and important. Practice the 4 Ds. We can spend up to half our working day going through our email inbox, making us tired, frustrated, and unproductive. A study has found that 1 in 3 office workers suffer from email stress. Making a decision the first time you open an email is crucial for effective time management. To manage this burden effectively, it advises practicing the 4 Ds of decision making. Delete, do, delegate, and defer. 4 Ds of delete, do, delegate, and defer. Half of the emails you can get probably be deleted immediately. And two, if the mail is urgent or can be completed quickly. Delegate, if the email can be better dealt with by someone else. And defer, set aside time at a later date to spend on emails that require longer action. So work out your goals. The first step towards improving your time management is to ask yourself some questions. Work out who you want to be, your priorities in life, and what you want to achieve in your career or personal life. That is then the guiding principle for how you spend your time and how you manage it. Once you have worked out the big picture, even if it's quite general, you can then work out some short term and medium term goals. Knowing your goals will help you plan better and focus on the things that will help you achieve these goals. Make a list. A common time management mistake is trying to remember too many details, leading to information overload. A better way to stay organized and take control of your projects and tasks is to use a to-do list to write things down. Work is smart and not harder. Good time management at work means doing high quality work, not high quantity. It advises concentrating not on how busy you are, but on results. Spending more time on something doesn't necessarily achieve more. Staying an extra hour at work at the end of the day may not be the most effective way to manage your time. So organize your pace of work, ensure that your study area is a pleasant environment, organize your books, papers, etc. so that they are easily accessed. Searching for things is a big time waster, have a TD task. So know your peak times, decide when you have most energy as this corresponds with when you are most able to focus and concentrate. Schedule your most demanding work for these times and less demanding work for other times when energy is not as high. So study strategy. Study for about an hour at a time when you have a short break. This is an efficient study method because while you are taking a break, the brain is still processing the information. Breaks between study blocks also ensure that your levels of concentration are more likely to be maintained. So learn how to deal with interruptions. Let the person interrupting you know that you are studying and that you really need to continue. Effective time management allows you free time to learn how to politely and assertively invite people to phone or visit you during these specific non-study times. So take care of yourself, ensure that your diet is nutritional, that you get sufficient sleep, that you get enough exercise, and have time to smell the roses. Plan an hour each day for me time. Make time for a social life. Ensure that you schedule time for socializing, catching up with friends, seeing a movie, visiting family members, etc. This contributes to achieving balance in your life, which is beneficial to effective study. Spirituality life is more than study and work. Give yourself time to explore the spiritual dimension and reflect on the amazing journey that is your life. Keep the big picture in mind. Value yourself and what you want to achieve in your life. Save energy to save it. You need to know where and how you are losing it. Eliminate negative feelings, criticism of others, defensiveness for self. As you do, this is a surplus of energy will result. So everything will good if we think that time management matrix urgent and important, not urgent, not important, urgent yet not important, and not important and not urgent. So class studies and related assignments, communication skill development, yoga, wellness, sports, the day's newspaper reading, and not urgent, yet important, career skill development, personality development, future planning, and career high education, book reading, knowledge acquisition trends, and relationship management, network development, urgent yet not important, routine and SMS routine, not important and not urgent. Mad about cricket, movies, gossip, casual time spent, first day, first show, premature relationships, and TV serials. These are the waste of time, not important and not urgent. So why we waste our time? To manage the time, then it's our responsibility that what is urgent and important, what is not urgent and not important, urgent yet not important, and not important and not urgent. It's up to you that how can you spend your whole day. You have 24 hours. So it's up to you that how can you spend your full day. Set aside a specific time when you browse the internet and be project specific before you sit down at your PC. 2 minute pickup. Avoid procrastination and stress and time management myths about stress that stress is bad. Stress is everywhere. So you just have to live with it. So there are some myths about stress and time management. The most popular strategies for reducing stress are the best ones. So this is a dangerous myth to believe because it leads people to force themselves to engage in activities that are supposed to relieve stress, even though those strategies may not be effective strategies for their unique lifestyle and personality. There is no one size fits all stress management program. Many of the clients find yoga extremely stressful, whereas others live by it as a way to reduce stress. The best stress management plan is the one that fits your unique needs and interests. If you try to force a stress management routine in your life because the same to be working too well for others, you are likely to add to your stress rather than decrease it. General adaptation syndrome. General adaptation syndrome alarm stage, persistence stage, exhaustion stage. The stressor upsets homeostasis or cellular balance. Resistance stage, body fights back by adjusting to the stress. Exhaustion stage, rest permits enhanced adaptation. So, stress management academy, general adaptation syndrome, alarm stage, resistance stage, and exhaustion stage. The stressor upsets and body fights back by adjusting to the stress. Rest permits enhanced adaptation. How can an individual spend their time? It is very important that how can the most popular strategies for reaching reducing stress are the best when someone is no symptoms and no stress and someone have symptoms and also stress. An absence of symptoms does not equate to an absence of stress. Over time chronic stress will eventually cause your mind and body to start wearing out, fatigue, loss of productivity, forgetfulness, etc. But this can take years, sometimes decades. Don't ignore the stress in your life simply because you may not be suffering at this moment. Developing healthy stress management routines early in life will go a long way in helping you get through the more challenging time when they arise. So it's our responsibility that what is important and urgent and what is not important and not urgent. So that's all from my side. If you have any questions or query, then please ask me. Thank you so much.